is you know, 뚝배기? Or is that what it's called?
Oh, those, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 뚝배기.
계란찜?
Oh, nice,
Oh, nice.
So I made
You
this
just
for...
glaze it, I guess, eventually, right?
Yeah,
Is
I
that
made
what
this for
that's
Gloria.
Oh,
so she's
nice.
gonna make tan 계란찜.
Nice, nice. And then the 누룽지, right? Nice.
I think this one is just about done and being open. So this one is just finished. You can still feel it's very warm. But I'm gonna close it so that it doesn't open too fast or cool down too fast.
Question, when you put something in, it's not a lot of stuff in here. Do they all heat evenly or sometimes it can be a little uneven?
Sometimes it depends, right? So if it's close to the coils.
Yeah, okay. Just imagining like a person like cooking or whatever, you know?
Yeah. But it's over such a long period of time, so
pretty even.
this one's wood.
Nice.
This is wood though.
Oh, okay.
I saw that on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I made it. Some of the stuff up there is not mine. The big ones are. It's turning. That's all the normal woodworking stuff. A lot of industrial stuff. A lot of it, yeah. This used to be kind of that. Depending on the clay, it reacts differently when hitting.
Oh, that's why it looks different.
Yeah. So there's different chemicals in here. So for example, in speckle buff, there's something that gives it these dots. In B-Mix, you don't have that. Normally it's fun when everyone has their own bag, so I'm gonna make the first cut, and then Peter, I'm gonna have you do the second one while our camera person here records the rest. So all I'm gonna do, right, there's already a mark here, so I'm gonna cut about that chunk off, right? So this is a little bit bigger. If you could cut to there maybe, right? Down, and then across. So we'll end up with 4 balls of clay. You'll notice that there's kind of a light-sided table and a dark side, so we don't contaminate different clay down. So once you have it in cube, you're gonna start pounding it down into a round shape. And so mine is a little bit rectangular, so I'm gonna do this. Yes. Oh, and so it's a nice round ball.
So like do this too, or?
No, it doesn't have to be that perfect. So remember this process because you're going to do this for the second one and the third one.
Okay.
90% chance that this first one is just going to be practice and it might not survive.
Survive what?
What do you mean by not survive?
Not survive, it might just mess up.
Okay.
So just go into it knowing the first one is just practice.
Yeah.
We have plenty of clay, so... So I'm just making sure this is not too wet, so I accidentally got water on mine. If it's too wet, it just slides. Right? So the first thing I'm going to do is kind of do this and make a little point at the bottom. So you notice when I do this, I get a little point.
Oh, okay. Like a top, okay. Oh, okay.
Like this, right?
I see.
There. Now if it's a little off center, it's okay. As you rotate it, kind of push it into the middle. As you rotate, so if it's too far this side, I'm gonna rotate that side to me and then push forward a little. Maybe seal a little bit, just pinch it down. Use a little bit of water, like this, a little bit of water, and just seal that even more. So I'm gonna make sure my hand and my way of locking my arm in this position is going to be resting on this splash pan.
Okay.
This is called a splash pan. Right, so I'm gonna make sure my hand doesn't go back. Right, if my hand's doing this, it means I've already lost control of that. And for the bottom, I'll just try to scoop up some of that. You can go a little faster now that it's. Oh, and then alright, when you have a chance, take off your watch.
Oh,
You might scratch your watch.
oh, okay.
This tip was good, like tip, and then also on the stabilizer on the white.
Peter's over there with the perfectly thing, and you don't realize that I just helped him
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
So with the wheel, about his speed, so go a little faster. What he's trying to say is by locking in, I'm going to do that on this splash pad. You don't have to do this, but because I'm sitting on the ground, so there's a little bit of water, right? I'm going to make sure my wrist is not, or my arm is not moving. So I keep moving in a little bit, and now you notice it starts to move. That's when I'll kind of use my other hand to make sure it doesn't move. So now that I helped you this much, right? It's kind of cheating. So what I'm gonna do is mess it up and then have you fix it up again. So pause the wheel. You have to fix that. Turn it on and see how much it's moved. There we go. Hi, oi, oi. So I'm just going to help you with one thing. I just want to make sure that the bottom is the widest part. Push from the top forward and down and really compress so that it looks like that. And come up slowly. So it's really weird.
Forward.
Forward, meaning like I'm not just going like that. I'm pushing in like this. So kind of like